Welcome in, Fanatic family, Chuckin Buckets family, Gamecock Nation. Hey, the Chuckin Bucket boys are back, man. Chuckin Buckets live. Talk about the game tonight between the Gamecocks and Mississippi State Bulldogs, man. We're going to go ahead and bring our guys on and get this thing started, man. That's right, man. Let's go ahead and bring the guys up, man. We're going to come in here, talk about the game, man. We know it's a lot of good basketball on tonight, including that upcoming LSU-Texas game. So let's get into it, man. This is our guy, the hostess with the mostest. It's our guy, the Stat Guy. What's up, Stat?
Hey, what's going on tonight, Coach?
Hey, man. You know what I'm saying? Another Gamecock win, easy money. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, maybe like a historic third quarter, but I guess we'll get into all that.
When you outscore a team at the end of the third and you got more points than they got for the game, easy money.
Easy money, man. Let's bring in the third Chuckin Bucket boy, man. It's our guy, KB. What's going on, Fiddles?
Fellas, man. What's good, man? Good to see y'all boys.
Hey, man, it's a good day for basketball, especially in the women's division. You know what I'm saying? We got this Georgia, Tennessee. Like Tennessee gonna pull this thing out, but you know, like I said, not impressed when we talked in the backstage. How you feeling about tonight? Just the basketball slate, KB.
Oh man, great games, man. I don't know who lined this up from a conference standpoint or TV standpoint, ratings, whatever that looks like. But man, they definitely some good matchups, man. And obviously, we talk about you hinted towards the LSU Texas matchup that's coming up here. About to kick off right now. But man, SEC basketball is here, man. Even seeing on the ACC side, man, with a good game on that Duke side of things too, man. So hey, I'm here for it.
A lot of tournament teams tonight in action, Stat against good other teams, man. Listen, for all of our Chuckin Bucket regulars, man, we got some new people joining us just for from the Hog Wild family, Hog Wild podcast that is representing Arkansas. So we got us some hogs in the building tonight, man. Need some good fans. Y'all make sure if they show up on my channel, y'all make sure to welcome them in. If you see a comment posted from their channel, then you can always comment on that as well. Transplanted Texan getting in, say support the Hog Wild podcast. That's right. And then Sports Propaganda TV, great show. We appreciate it. Stat, how you feeling about that lineup tonight, man? Hey, nothing like college women's basketball.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's now. I mean, you look just from a South Carolina standpoint. We end the year 4 out of the next 5, potentially 5 out of the next 6 will be ranked games. Mm-hmm. And it's like we talk about when we do our college football stuff. This is why we love the SEC, because there's nowhere to hide. It's week in, week out, line it up and test yourself. Let's see how good you really are.
Right. That's right. And this tonight and going into Sunday, we talked about it a little in the group chat. This is pivotal for first and second place, especially for those of you traveling here to South Carolina for the SEC women's tournament, because first place plays on that Friday session at 12 and second place plays in the night session. So if you want to book your tickets ahead and you one of those teams that could be in the first or second place, these next couple of games are crucial. But let's get into the night's game, man. Gamecocks pulled out a massive blowout win, Stat. We talked about that third quarter. Like, what do you think changed? Because, like I say, Gamecocks ended 6-0 on a 6-0 run to end the first half, and then they opened up with a 17-2 run. What do you think Don said to him at halftime?
And I'll be honest, I think she probably just got into him because the second quarter, I mean, we finished the half strong and pushed the lead back up to 16, but we let them hang around. Right. And, that's one of my biggest issues with not only this team, but the last couple. They afraid to put their foot on somebody's throat and put them away. Right. And, I mean, Mississippi State's just not good. They're not. It just is what it is. Punch them in the mouth and get on out of there.
That's right. What about you, Billers? What you think changed in the second half? Because second half, I don't know if we cut out the first half. I don't know if Mississippi State scored more than 20 in the second half.
Right. No,
they finished with 23.
Okay, 23. Got you.
Terrible. I think it's an easy conversation at halftime. I mean, this is a prime example when we play down to our talent. I think that's the type of conversation Dawn is having with her players, man. And it's probably a little bit more abrasive going into halftime. At least I would be, because I mean, talent wise, we should be able to just beat this team off of talent. You know what I'm saying? Even if we get turnovers, if we're losing the turnover battle, whatever that looks like. But honestly, man, I think we missed Latson and McCure. I mean, that's really what that showed. Like, ball movement was not there. We didn't have playmakers in the game that could kind of get downhill, could kind of make a shot for themselves. I know, Coach I, you big on Ayla McDowell, but I like what I seen from her today. She might have been the best playmaker for us tonight.
Listen, for sure, man. If they asked Raven in the post game, like, well, what is Dawn gonna fuss about, after this kind of win? Like, I'm looking at the win, like Stat said, Mississippi State ain't good. And I'm not saying that the Gamecocks played bad, but we get our guy, Carolina Billy, getting in. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because he says, do we believe in Carolina this year? Carolina Billy, former player of mine, shout out to Billy, defensive specialist, you know what I'm saying? Tonight when I'm watching, Gamecocks are dominating. But I'm going to tell you something I definitely didn't like, and this goes to what KB just said. I didn't like the three big lineup. I'm not a fan. Not a fan of Joyce playing the three. I'm not a fan of her being there in there with Oko and Tack or Oko and Dowda. I'm not a fan. And I get it. I think tonight Dawn did a little bit more of that because of injury situation, but I'm really not a fan of that. Just give me 3 guards and 2 bigs. Against other teams like Sunday against Tennessee, I don't want to see that. I know Tennessee got some length, but I'd rather outrun them. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather play the Gamecocks game and not try to go, big for big. And like, again, Stat said it, Mississippi State's bad. So Billy says, do we believe in Carolina this year? And then he followed it up and said, I'm not used to the bigs being this bad. Now, I think Oko, for the most part, has been pretty consistent throughout the year. I know she, strategy changed and she got, Dawn put on the bench so she can come off the bench, and it's been good until tonight because of the injuries. But do you agree, Stat? Are you worried about the bigs? Are we believing in Carolina this year? Because my opinion is, outside of UConn, I don't. And I think in the right situation, the Gamecocks would beat UConn too. But outside of them, I'm not really worried about the Gamecocks versus anybody else.
Yeah. So to the first part, as far as do I believe in Carolina, I believe they're the second best team in the country, hands down. Right. Now, what happens in April when hopefully they lock horns with UConn? Who knows? As far as the bigs being bad, I was thinking about this the other day. Man, we've been spoiled. Like, we literally went from Asia to Elena. Like, let's not sleep on Elena Coates.
I was about to say
before Asia.
Right, so, you went from Elena to Asia to
then Boston to then Camilo. Like,
yeah,
it's like I guess the thing, we're not dominating the boards, and it's a team aspect. The rebounding is the one part of our game that scares me, is we can get God on the glass. And that shouldn't be the case when you're playing 3 girls that are taller than 6'6". We just don't rebound the ball well. A lot of tip drill stuff. And so also, I don't think we've ever had the guards that can score the way these guards can score. I mean, we haven't seen Latson truly take over a game, but we know she has that in her. Tessa's shooting the ball more and better than she has yet in her career. And then the 2 freshmen, neither one of them are afraid to put up shots. Like, they are hunting with the best of them. And so I think that because of that, you kind of see that lack of dominance from the post game. But they'll be all right. As far as the 3 big lineup, I texted you earlier. Trash. If we're gonna run that lineup, the only 2 guards I want on the court with them are Latson and McKeer, because both of them will attack and try to make something happen. But
yeah, not a fan. But like I said, I think Oko's been steady. Definitely not on the level of a Boston, Cardoso, Asia, that kind of thing. KB, but the other bigs are kind of hit and miss, right? You know what I'm saying? You and I have been vocal, over the years about Tack. She plays good, but then she, I don't think we counting on her to win a game for us. You know what I'm saying? And Dowda's, she's just the kind of like hey, let's get them in. let's get her in to get somebody a rest type person. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think it is like now as opposed I think it's a little bit of what Stat said. I think the Gamecock Nation been spoiled with some, elite bigs.
Definitely, absolutely been spoiled, man. But man, I had to kind of sit back and think about it and kind of put this in perspective, man. And I might not be surprised because we don't have bigs these aren't bigs that's come up in our system, right? Like I said, we didn't have an Asia that was a freshman that had time to develop. We didn't have the Leah that had time to develop. We're getting a transfer in Okai. We're getting a tack that we know wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? That's what we getting. We're getting a Dowda off of a transfer that we don't know if she's a post or a 4 or a 3. You know what I'm saying? And I had to kind of sit back and kind of put things in perspective, man. And like, this is not what we're used to. But understanding this is not what we're used to. You know what I'm saying? This is not what we're used to at the same time.
Right.
And, guards have had to step up. And then we've been like, man, why the bigs aren't doing this? The bigs ain't doing that. And it's a possibility they're not that. You know what I'm saying? And we have to be okay with that and understand like the time is changing, the game is changing, the recruiting is changing, and it's up and down. It's an up and down game, man. Not a fan of the 3 bigs, like y'all said. And honestly, I don't know if I'm a fan of the 2 bigs. Like I said, I might want to go with the 4 guards and 1 big.
Right.
That changes things for us, man. And let's put things in perspective again. Chloe not here. Let's be real. That's a starter. So, yeah. Am I surprised? Probably not. As I look back over it, at what we got.
Right. I'm with it. You know my philosophy. I'm always with more guards on the floor. Just give me a big that can run. In certain situations, unless you play in UCLA, you know what I'm saying, it's got 2 6'6" type girls. Just give me Joyce down there if need be. You know what I'm saying? And then Oko. I like Oko when she comes in and spells. What I don't like is tonight in the Mississippi State game in the second quarter, I think it was, she got called a lot of times. She was trying to we all like Chloe running basically starting the offense when she's healthy, but she up there, I don't know if they was trying to start the offense with her or not, but she was like heels on the half court line. I'm like, you way too far away from the basket. What is really going on? I was not with that kind of offense. I did like some stuff I seen from Joyce. We stay on Joyce about, being able to kick it out when she drives. She did that a couple of times. She did force 1 or 2, but for the most part, I felt like she made some better decisions tonight. So, Stat, what you think about Joyce and her play? She did go over 1,000 points tonight.
Yeah, and we ride Joyce probably harder than most people do. But tonight we're going to give her flowers. 6 assists to 2 turnovers. The 2 biggest plays from her that I saw that I think were different from what we've seen the last couple of weeks was the floater right before the half. Mm-hmm. That's been a charge every other game this season. Right. And then in the second quarter, earlier in the second quarter, there was a possession. She had it like around the free throw line, kicked it into Okote. Okote kicks it back out, and as soon as she gets it, bam, it's just an immediate pass into the corner, wide open 3 for McDowell. And it's like those are the type of things we've been looking for and that we feel like we were missing from Chloe. Because Chloe did run that point forward for us a lot of times last year at the top of the key and could kind of facilitate. And so if Joyce can get that and she starts getting 5 or 6 assists a game, the offense is a problem.
That's facts. I'm gonna let KB answer this one. Appreciate Isaiah Whitmore getting in here. Said, what do you think about Alicia's game tonight versus Mississippi State?
Oh man, it's possibility we might have wasted a year right here. Bringing her in early, man. I mean, the hype sounded good, and I'm not gonna lie, I was one to be like, okay, you know what I'm saying. I seen the highlights overseas, things like that, but obviously she's just not ready for the game. I mean, and nothing against her at all. From a strength standpoint, from the defense is the biggest thing, man. Like, we talked about it in the chat, like, she's a foul waiting to happen. I think I seen somebody put up some stats on Twitter or something about her fouls per minute. It was some crazy number, the amount of minutes she plays and the amount she actually fouls. And that part right there, that's going to be the struggle. Like, we know she can shoot that thing. The stroke look good, things like that, man. But she's got to get stronger, and that defense has got to get better, or she'll never see the court.
Right, I'm definitely in agreement. As you was talking, I was thinking the same thing. I don't think the issue is more so offense. I think it's her defense and the ability to not foul. You know what I'm saying? She's like, I don't know what it is, if she's, the depth perception when girls are coming at her or whatever it is, but it's like soon as she get in and then the possession, defensive possession come, I'm like, here you go. Here come a foul right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's like almost like, I guess the other teams are watching and they say, okay, when she comes in, we need to go at her. Offensively, I think she could use some more conditioning for sure, but I think offensively she could be fine. But if you 6'6", 6'7", we need you on both sides of the floor. So I think overall at this point, Dawn's got a lot of injuries. Tessa didn't play in the second half a lot because she was like hurt or something. Stat.
I think she came up kind of limp. Kind of early in the second quarter, her and Alicia ran into each other.
Yeah,
on
the dribble. It's supposed to be like a dribble handoff, kind of, and looked like somebody might have been setting the screen. It's like they didn't know what they was going on. So yeah, I got you.
Like she was coming around it for it to be like a handoff. Allie tosses her the ball and then gets wide on the screen and just nails her. I'm like, well. To both of y'all's rebuttal though, as far as potentially wasting a year, I will say the French phenom is putting up better numbers than Chloe Kitts did her freshman year when I told both of y'all that Chloe Kitts was special. And
well, I'm not saying she's not. I still think I still think she's gonna be good. I'm just like right now, I think she's playing out of necessity. If we had Dawn on the polygraph, I think she's playing out. I think she's playing out of necessity right now. You know what I'm saying?
She was coming in the summer, and Dawn told her, "Hey, look, you're not playing for your pro team. I got a couple minutes for you if you want to get on to campus." So I mean, you can't. I think the game's too fast for her.
That's what I think. I think she's trying to get used to the SEC. Like maybe if she'd have came in and she was in the Big 12, you know what I'm saying, or maybe one of the mid majors, then the speed and the agility and all of that. Like these girls are top-notch athletes, you know what I'm saying? So maybe that's something. And she is still young, and shout out to Courtney Notary. She says Allie is 6'7", is still a teenager. It'll take some time for sure. It'll take some time. Yeah. That's kind of what KB was kind of alluding to. Maybe if Dawn could have kept her in the program, just let her, practice, get stronger, get used to the conditioning, all that kind of stuff, and then came in. But again, this is going to end up being good experience for her. But when you're watching a program like South Carolina, you want everybody to be on a certain level, you know what I'm saying? Like she had came in for my dogs, it'd been different, it's like whatever. But when you're playing for a championship caliber team, it's a little bit different. Since we got our friends from the Hall Wild podcast on, just to give y'all updates, 21.4 seconds, and Arkansas is down to Missouri, 85-82 women's basketball. They're both in the bonus, just to let y'all know. Courtney asked us, got in a little late. We did talk about this a little bit earlier. Courtney says, what do y'all think about Dawn's big girl lineup? The panel of Chuckin Bucket Boys is not with the big girl lineup with Joyce playing the three. I think we saw some bad basketball during those stretches. And also we saw late in the game where Mississippi State did some full court pressing when you only got, I think at one point we had Maddie out there with Ayla, and Ayla's not a ball handler. It wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? Then we had, when Maddie wasn't out there, we had Raven out there. And if you only have one ball handler out there and somebody's playing you full court aggressively like Mississippi State, that's one of the issues with the big girl lineup. Also, I don't want Joyce outside the three-point line right now. I mean, she's trying to develop that jump shot and develop those skills to just, take somebody off the dribble and not, get a charge. Then I need her, especially when she's playing like she played tonight. I need her around in the paint, unless we're doing some kind of high-low game, which she's been doing more of the last 2 or 3 games. So not a big fan. I don't know if either one of you guys got anything to add for Courtney there. I know probably missed when we talked about it earlier.
Yeah. So the only thing I'll add is that you didn't mention is the one caveat that we would make to that is with the Lat Center and McKeer, that big lineup looks a little bit different because you have another true ball handler and you have somebody that can attack off that double screen that if the big girl lineup is in, they're running that double high screen. Right. And Raven's not like Raven will get to the free throw line pull up, but she ain't attacking the rim. Whereas Latson and McKeer both looking to get to the for the N1 or whatever. They're looking to cause damage.
Right. And to that point, you know, with better scoring minded guards, Raven is a great guard and Maddie's a good Matt. I feel like both of those are true point guards where they're trying to get everybody else involved. They're not looking to score when they come off of the screen. So if we're going to have those big girls in there like that big lineup, we need, like you said, some guards that's looking to score. Courtney says, totally liked it. Hey, and listen, some of this goes back to things we liked as players and coaches, you know what I'm saying? Like anybody that knows me, whether high school, AAU, like I like guards. I like to have three, you know, if I got a tall guard, give me a tall guard at the 4, give me a McKeer at the 4, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, because when you got guards on the floor, you always can stand a chance. Like when you got a lot of bigs on the floor, not enough ball handlers, tends to be a lot of turnovers. Sometimes you don't get the offense ran like it's supposed to. You can't run the court like, you know, like in some teams in transition and finish like you can all the time because you don't want to give the ball to the bigs. You know, even Joyce sometimes, I don't know if I want to give it to her at the volleyball line. You know what I'm saying? Let me give it to her coming inside the 3-point line, and definitely not a McKeer. I mean, not a Oko or, you know, definitely not Tack. You know what I'm saying?
And the other thing that I really didn't like tonight was the 1-3-1 with the 3 bigs. Like, come on. Like, and really, I didn't like the 2-3 with it either. Like, because now you got 2 of them out on the wings. Like
right.
Just, I don't know, man, trash.
Right. We got another one in here. We're going to say many CKR say, I also didn't like the tall girl lineup with Tack Oko in the game at the same time. Like, and I think sometimes it is the personnel, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe if it was, I mean, if you told me right now we could have like Cardoso and Boston and Joyce in the game, then that's different. But when you got 2, you know what I'm saying? I don't like the personnel, KB. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the personnel with that tall girl lineup.
No, we can't. We definitely can't see that anymore. And you know, I get it to a certain degree. We up a certain amount. You know, what I'm saying maybe we're playing around with something. We just kind of seeing what something looks like in this type of game against Mississippi State. Like we don't do this against a Tennessee or you know, saying LSU or Texas. We're not up here trying out a 2-3 or a 1-3-1 zone or anything like that. And you know, honestly, I hate to see them in zone. Honestly, I know a lot of times after free throws they try to come out in a 1-3-1 zone. It looks like it's kind of more of a design play. With that, and you know, what I'm saying at times maybe if we got McKeer up there, I don't like Joyce up top in that 1-3-1 zone, but it's got to be strategic. Like 1-3-1 zone, maybe 1 pass, 2 pass, go back to man or something like that. You know, I'll maybe see something like that, but nah, we can't see the big lineup with that zone going on.
Right, and there's teams, men and women, that run the 1-3-1 zone. It's not the most popular zone, but I'll tell you from my experience running it and coaching it, your top and bottom baseline and top of the key got to be the most athletic people on the floor. Have to. They work the hardest because they have to go back and forth. They have to be lined up with the ball, regardless of whether the ball is on the baseline, in the corner, or at the top. And we can't have a 3 big lineup with someone and then have a big running the baseline. That's they're either gonna get tired or they're not gonna be their feet not gonna be quick enough to get there. So that's what I'll say about that. Now, because like KB said, maybe Don's playing with something because the game was out of hand, you know, pretty much halfway through the 3rd quarter. And, you know, Don knows that Tennessee, watching the Georgia-Tennessee game, Tennessee's long, you know what I'm saying? So maybe it's something she might be playing with just in case one of the guards or 2 of the guards get in foul trouble. She wants to see how that'll look. But if McKeer is healthy, like just McKeer alone, if McKeer is healthy, and well, I'll throw Ayla in there too, because both of them are 6'1", you know what I'm saying? So if they're healthy and can be on the floor at the same time, I don't see the need for a 3 big lineup because they have enough height. Because most girls teams got maybe 1, maybe 2 girls that's like 6'2", 6'3", 6'4". You know, occasionally you get to 6'5", 6'6", but then they'll be the only ones. So I don't think there'll be a need to go 6'7", 6'6", 6'5" across. And then also when you're thinking about this, we didn't talk about this. When you put another big on the floor, when everybody's healthy, you're taking another guard off the floor. So the people that are actually scoring, we're sitting them down. So that's what I'll say against that. Courtney says, I think we could run a big lineup and a zone against Texas. So you got
they don't shoot the 3.
Right. So that might not be a bad thing because you know Madison is gonna hunt the midi. You know what I'm saying? I still wouldn't do the 1-3-1 though. I'm not a fan of the 1-3-1 with 3 big. You know what I'm saying? So Not a bad idea right there. Not a bad idea, Courtney.
The thing that kills us is definitely on the offensive side. Like I said, it looks good on the defensive side. We pack in, we can control the boards. And I agree, like make Texas beat us from the outside. The problem is on the other end. We don't have the bigs that can put the ball in the basket. Like I said, which one we're gonna live with.
So, Stat, let me ask you a question just around the SEC, and we'll come back to the Gamecocks. Do you know much about the coach at Arkansas?
No, I mean he's newer because their old coach Neighbors is on the SEC network doing pregame and halftime show now. After he got the old axe a couple years ago, I think it's his second year at Arkansas. I mean it'll take him some time to try to build it up, but I think if Arkansas will give him the time, I feel like he can at least get them into that first round bye of the SEC tournament type deal.
Okay. All right, there's an update for you Arkansas fans. I want to give you a little positivity because the final is in from the game. Missouri won 87-82 over Arkansas. So as we close in, you guys are going to do a preview on the Tennessee game. Just talk about, let's just touch on like what the Tennessee game means, and tonight's game, LSU versus Texas, what that means for the SEC race, Stat.
Yeah, so as far as for the SEC race, you beat Tennessee Sunday, and Texas beats LSU tonight. And as long as you don't drop 2 the rest of the way, you're the SEC regular season champs.
There it is. That's that number 1 seed, KB, playing at 12 o'clock on that Friday. For those that don't know, the tournament bracket is out. I think there's a pre-sale on tickets going, but y'all make sure you turn your notifications on Ticketmaster. So, KB, you think that's going to happen, if LSU takes that L tonight and then the Gamecocks get that win against Tennessee Sunday?
Yeah. I mean, I don't see why it couldn't, man. It's definitely kind of slated for us. We handle business. Everything should kind of fall in place, man. But to your thing about the SEC tournament, man, before we got on, I was talking with my pops, man, and he's like, man, we might can check out every game. You know what I'm saying? He say that from a competitive standpoint, right? Like years past, like we might have only been, we're going to talk about me, you'll talk about Friday or Saturday, definitely championship Sunday. But, I mean, you talking Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you know what I'm saying, to see some good games like we've kind of seen early on tonight, man. So I'm excited about it.
That's right. I think in 2024, 2025, last season or whatever, I think we saw the men's tournament be like that, where 1 through 12 almost could beat anybody. This year, of course, you got South Carolina, as the stalwart, but I mean, LSU's only lost 1 conference game. Texas has 2 conference games, and then Texas has 2 losses. Vandy's right there, Kentucky's right there. I want to say it was Ole Miss. So I'm saying Tennessee after the win against the Dogs tonight, and it's like I'm with you. Oklahoma. I mean, Oklahoma has the only win over South Carolina in conference. So it's like I think you're right. I think any day you could see some really good basketball, regardless of what session that you're going to. So we might have to check that out. I was already talking to my mom about, since she work at the arena, what I'm saying? I'm like, let's figure out when these tickets getting sold. And I don't know how many vacation days I need to take, but since we ain't going nowhere for spring break, that might be my spring break. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think about the tourney, Stat? You think like outside of like the bottom, I guess 2 to 3 teams, I think it's going to be some good games even in the first round.
Nah, that Wednesday, because the bottom 3 are bad. I mean, it's bad, dog. I mean, it's just bad. And it's not good basketball. And so that first day, you're looking at some teams that are going to be tournament teams playing teams that are not good. Like it might get ugly. Now that Thursday going to get nice. And then Friday, when you get down to the final 8, Friday all weekend long is going to be phenomenal.
I was about to say Thursday night to championship Sunday, I think it's going to be good. Courtney says he's going to the tourney Saturday and Sunday. The Chuckin Bucket boys will be in the house, Courtney, and most likely, depending on the weather, we should have some stuff on that says Chuckin Buckets if you don't recognize our faces. So just, you know what I'm saying? Reach out, just throw us a deuce, say what's up. You know what I'm saying? We'll be in the building. We normally always in the building for sure on Saturday and Sunday. Last year, me and KB was in the house on Friday as well. And the way it's looking, again, if I can get like some Kentucky, Oklahoma, or some Vandy, Ole Miss on Thursday, I might be in there Thursday night too. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all already know how much of a fan of Michaela Blakes I am. So I can watch her play some ball all day. Our guy, Mr. SC Bread, is in the building. What's going on? Only thing South Carolina women's Gamecocks can look to do is trying to win the SEC tournament, getting a high seed, and along a natty, let alone a natty, and look forward to next year. So let me say this: in this current year, we ain't talking about no other year. In this current year, outside of UConn, who you think got a shot besides South Carolina? Because I mean, this may be true, but I mean, right now there's only one team that looks like they can, like everybody can think they can. There are some people that think South Carolina can, and some that don't. Some that think LSU might can, and some that don't. I think everybody thinks UConn can win. So tell me who else is in a situation since we come in. Like, you already know we're going to challenge that, SC, bro. You can't just come in here and say something and then, roll out. So let me know outside of UConn who can win a championship this year, and then we'll talk. So your thoughts on that, Stan?
Yeah, I mean, look, we've said for a couple months now, it's UConn's to lose. Like, we feel they're hands down the best team in the country. I won't hide it. I think South Carolina is the second best team in the country. But as far as the winning the conference and all that, man, like, we've won 9 out of the last 11. We've won 18 out of the last 21 between conference, regular season, and tournament. Like, at some point, to be the champs, you got to beat the champs. And right now, Dawn runs the SEC. And so until she don't, we talk like it's ours because it is. And unfortunately, I mean, there was a lot of complaints from Texas last year and Vic Schaefer, but as long as the SEC making money, they're going to keep bringing everybody right up the road to Greenville and making everybody travel to South Carolina, whether fair or not. But nobody was saying nothing when it was in Nashville, in Vandy's backyard, like.
Or Tennessee, not too far from Tennessee, and when they were actually running the SEC, you know what I'm saying? So, KB, your thoughts on South Carolina only being able to look forward to winning the SEC and nothing else?
I mean, that's good for us, man. Like, for us, like, winning the SEC is like almost a given when Dawn's talking to her team, right? Like, there's an expectation, we're gonna win the SEC, but man, we're looking at Final Four. Is what we're looking at. Like I said, people can talk about SEC tournaments, championships, stuff like that. But I mean, there's a bigger goal in mind, man, outside of this tournament, man. Obviously, we want to do our thing. We want to win the SEC tournament. But as far as challenging, man, outside of SC, man, I mean, if we want to look outside of the conference, man, I mean, people talking about UCLA still out there. People talking about the Texas out there. People talking about these other teams out there. Not saying that they can beat UConn. I do still agree. It's UConn's to lose for sure. And I do think just South Carolina. I know Stat said, second best team, but I mean, I could go second or third, man. It just depends on the night that shows up and who shows up for us on the South Carolina side, man. But from SC Brad's perspective, man, like gotta stop the hate, dog. Gotta stop the hate, dog.
Hey, but you know what? We welcome all commenters, you know what I'm saying? Whether you love the Gamecocks or not. Like I say, for those just joining us, we got some of our friend channel in with us. A Hog Wild podcast is viewing tonight and actually being active in the comments. They're Arkansas fans. I'm real good friends with the host and owner of that channel. So, you know what I'm saying? It says UCLA women's basketball is due. UConn doesn't play anyone. Well, this is the thing about that SEC Bread, about UConn not playing nobody. That is a factual statement. But guess what? They ain't never played nobody, but that ain't never stopped them from winning no championship because the Big East ain't never really been good. Who was challenging them when Diana Taurasi was there? Who was challenging them when Stewie was there? You good. That's just what it is.
And then what? They went to Conference USA for 6 years, and all they did in Conference USA was never lose a basketball game.
So
but to that, I will say they drilled Tennessee by 30. They beat Michigan. Like
They
I
beat
want to
Notre
say
Dame.
I want to say they got 5 top 25 wins. Like,
Yeah.
they're not out here playing everybody in the non-conference. But to be fair, because Don talks about this, when you are that type of team, it's hard to get other powerhouses to play you because they don't want to take that L because they're trying to protect their seeding.
Which is why Dawn signed up to go to Vegas this year, because she was having problems filling games. She said that, I want to say it was like at the end of last year when we was talking about scheduling, she was trying to find some non-con games and some people was like, nah, we good. Because some of the people that's on the cusp or below the cusp don't want to take that L, especially against a team like a UConn, South Carolina. I mean, even teams like, like a LSU or Texas, like I'm not signing up for that if I'm, TCU, not unless we're going to a tournament, you know what I'm saying? So we have to think about that too. I think UCLA is good. I don't think they're ready for UConn though. I think it's a bad matchup all around for them. I think UConn's a bad matchup for a lot of people. I think you got to have talent top to bottom to give them a game or have a chance to win. I think South Carolina can't do that, but they got to play better than they played last year. Even though Paige Beckers isn't there, UConn's actually scoring more points and holding opponents with lower points per game. So, I don't know what to say about that, but this is why we're here. This is why we talk about these little things, even when South Carolina wins a game by 40 points, we're talking about cleaning up some of these things because we already know who the elephant in the room is and who you might have to see going down the road. And these are the things that you need to be ready for. So we got us a good game going on right now. LSU 20, Texas 20. We wanted to jump in here, give y'all a little take on what we thought about tonight from Gamecocks win over Mississippi State. Be on the lookout tomorrow for the preview for the South Carolina Tennessee games. The Chuckin Bucket boys going to get at it after this Texas LSU game. But we'll put that video out tomorrow. Get in the comments. Let us know what's going on. For the replay game, make sure y'all getting in tonight. Tell us what y'all thought about the big girl lineup that Dawn put out there against Mississippi State. And before we let y'all go, y'all already know we got to pay some bills around here.
All right, y'all. Quick 30-second timeout. Let me put you on real quick. If you're listening to this, you already love women's basketball, and you know Elite is different. Elite looks different, sounds different, and feels different. Well, that's exactly how our friends at Kick-Aff Coffee Supply move. They're over in 5 Points, and this ain't regular coffee. This is top-tier championship-level coffee. They've got some of the best roasters in the world like Say, Onyx, Black and White, and DAC, all in one spot. So instead of paying for a mid-cup every day, you can make world-class coffee at home. And the crazy part, you're probably already spending the money. You might as well drink something that actually hits. So here's what you do. Pull up Kick-Aff Coffee Supply, 617 Hardin Street in 5 Points. Columbia, South Carolina. Tell them Chuckin Bucket sent you and you'll get 10% off your order. That's it. Simple. Upgrade your coffee game the same way your favorite team upgrades their roster. And as always, go Gamecocks.
That's right, man. Kick-Aff Coffee in 5 Points in Columbia. Before we get out of here, I do want to know, the people in the comments, who do you have winning this game tonight between LSU and Texas? And give us a score prediction. Stat. I know who you want to win, but tell me who you think gonna win.
Man, look, Texas winning makes winning the SEC easier. LSU is going to beat them.
All right, Builders, what you think? What you think? Right now, they're up for LSU is up for 26-22.
I think LSU does get the win. I think it's a close game, man, but I think it's 4.5 or 4-point win, and I think LSU slides this out, even with Texas coming in favorite.
Ooh, Courtney says LSU as well. I'm gonna go against the grain. I'm gonna say Madison Booker is gonna have a strong fourth quarter, do what she does. I think they're gonna get the win. We shall see, though. Again, if LSU loses this game and then the Gamecocks take care of business on Sunday, again, it doesn't guarantee 100% that the Gamecocks will win the SEC regular season, but unless the Gamecocks do something really crazy, like lose 2 games in the rest of the games going down the stretch, then it pretty much does guarantee them that 1 seed in the SEC tournament. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. SC Brad, who you think winning tonight, LSU or Texas? Give us a prediction. LSU is up 4 right now. Since you're in the comments, let us know, my dog. Want to shout out to the Hot Wire Podcast for joining us tonight. They'll be joining us for the next, I want to say 2 months. You know what I'm saying, in the comments. So we'll try to have a little something for y'all here and there about Arkansas women's basketball. Stat will be on that. He know pretty much every coach in the SEC, you know, as far as you know, what they've done and what they're capable of doing. SC Bread says Texas getting that dub. Okay, got you.
I like it.
It's country. My bad. I said Courtney. I'm looking at country. You right. Appreciate that. Country. That's right. Okay. So we got 2 Texas, 2 LSU, 3 LSU. Okay. So we'll see. Any parting words before we get out of here, fellas?
I will say, giving Texas some credit, man. Ever since Crump came back in the lineup, even though she's kind of coming off the bench, man, Texas actually has been looking better. That's another scorer currently coming off the bench for her, and she might be a difference maker tonight, man. So I can see why people like Texas.
What about you, Stat?
Hey, man, took care of business. Go to good old Knoxville to hear a whole bunch of Rocky Top on Sunday, and then get ready for our Valentine's Day. Guess who?
Right. With that said about Texas, KB, it could be South Carolina could get the number 1 seed, Texas could get the number 3 seed, and then you get that Saturday matchup in the tourney. That'll be lit. I ain't gonna lie, that'll be lit. So for everybody viewing out there, we appreciate y'all stopping by. Y'all make sure to tune in to that Texas LSU, because again, LSU's down the line for those Gamecocks. So you do a little scouting yourself, and we'll tell you what we think in the preview once that game gets here as well. Appreciate everybody in the comments. Shout out to the Hot Wire Podcast as well. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on your notifications, because you just don't know, it might pop up somewhere. So okay, we got a little friendly fire between some commenters, and we're gonna let them go at it. Close us out, Stat.
Hey, man, look, always a great day to be a Gamecock. Hey, until we get beat, we the SEC champs, baby.
There it is. See y'all next time.
Peace.